What's up everyone, welcome back to King Anime Review. For this video, I'm going to be reviewing episode 157 of Boruto Naruto Next Generations. And I just gotta say, this, from here on out, Boruto is getting into the core story, getting into the content from the manga. As of right now, the Kara Actuation Arc is supposed to be a setup arc to the current manga arc, which is the Kawaki slash Kara arc. But from here on out, the Boruto anime uh, is going to be, I'm pretty sure it's going to be strictly core content. We are going to get some anime exclusive stuff here and there, but the Boruto anime is going to be great from here on out. And also, but it's not like it hasn't been great before. The tuning exams arc, Gina Bandage arc, Misuki arc. I even like the time travel arc a lot. But from here on out, we're getting into the core story of Boruto, and I'm really excited for that. And also, tomorrow is chapter 48 of the Boruto manga is coming out. So today we got episode 157. Tomorrow we're getting a manga chapter. So it's gonna be a great week for us Boruto fans. But if you guys did see any spoilers online, don't comment. Don't comment me any spoilers about the manga because I don't want to be spoiled. I like to go into things, especially I like to go into the manga, not knowing what's gonna happen. And this was the episode that myself and a lot of other people have been waiting for, in particular. And the reason why is because it's the start of the Kara arc. Technically, they're calling this portion of the arc the Kara Actuation Arc, because this is like a setup arc, or yeah, I guess I should just call it like a setup arc to the arc that's actually in the manga, which a lot of people refer to as the Owl arc. And then after Owl arc, there's the Kawaki slash Kara arc, which we are currently in the manga. And this episode did a great job at setting up and building upon stuff about Kara. I'm gonna I'm gonna talk about the episode, and I'm not gonna have any spoilers for the anime onlys. Then towards the end of the video, I might get into spoiler territory, but I'll warn you guys before I do that. Now, anyway, so we start the episode off with Sasuke and Sai that were on a mission to the Hidden Rain Village. The mission was to confirm the existence of Kara, and they ended up running into. Well, first off, they had the Anbu helping them. They had the Anbu there, and they also had those three Genin who. One of them looked like, one of them got Kakashi's mask, and he has his headband pulled down on his eye like Kakashi. I think they're Team 25 or whatever. But I was like wondering why they were actually on the mission in a foreign land that not much is known about, because not much was known about the Hidden Rain Village. Like Sai said, they only knew rumors about it not being rebuilt after the Fourth Great Ninja War. So I was just wondering, like, why would they send Genin to into unknown territory? But apparently they have multiple squads of Anbu Black Ops there, so I guess it makes sense. Um, and another weird thing is Naruto. He knew Nagato. Like, he talked to Nagato. Pain told him everything about that happened in his village, and it was just weird to me that after the Fourth Great Ninja War, Naruto didn't try to help out the Hidden Rain Village, because we know that's what Naruto, like, he wanted to help the whole world. So I don't get why he formed connections and bonds with the other villages, but like the other main five great villages from the other five great ninja nations, but not the Hidden Rain Village. Like, they should have put a leader there, somebody trusting, like somebody they could trust there to help rebuild or whatever. Well, so yeah, that was one of the themes of the episode. This guy who ended up at the end of the episode, come to find out he's actually a member of Kara. Well, technically he's a member of the Outers, and that's something I think the anime is doing a great job with already. The arc just started. The Kara Actuation arc just started, and they're already building upon ideas and stuff that wasn't fully explained or delved into in the manga. Such as the thing with, and this is not a spoiler by the way. Like I said, I'll save the spoilers for the end. But for Kara, there's two separate things. The whole Kara organization. There's two separate parts of it. The inners, who are the strongest members of Kara, the leaders, the ones who are actually uh, doing the most important things, and then you have the people who are being used by them, or pretty much their henchmen, which are the outers. And in the manga, we only so far we only seen two outers uh, in the manga, and in the anime we're already seeing other outers, which is cool. Another thing that's cool is we seen the research facilities that. Well, actually, I'll save that for the end because that's kind of a spoiler. But anyway, so Sasuke and Sai, they're on this mission to confirm the existence of Kara, and they end up running into this guy who ended up being an outer of the Kara organization. But he was acting. He told them this story about how the Kara killed his friends or whatever, and he was acting like he was on their side, but he was really just trying to lure them in to a trap where he would kill them with poisonous gas. And so Sasuke and Sai, they believed it. It seemed like they believed this guy at first about him wanting to, cause he said his friends had been killed when he stumbled upon Kara's hideout, and uh, they ended up running from Kara once Kara spotted him, and then apparently his friends were killed by poisonous gas, and he wanted to find their remains back at where Kara's hideout was. And of course, Sasuke and Sai, they wanted to confirm the existence of Kara, so they were willing to follow this guy into Kara's former, one of their former hideouts, which apparently it was confirmed at the end of the episode that that hideout has since been abandoned by Kara. But so Sasuke and Sai ended up following this guy down into the underworld, or into the the like the deepest parts of the hideout. And at first it seemed like this guy actually captured them, and it seemed like they fell for the trap and they were getting caught by poisonous gas. Which, it was a couple things in the episode that almost made me super mad. Like, first of all, Sasuke, especially Sasuke, he is way too strong. Like, he is god tier in the Naruto verse. He is way too strong to be getting tied down with kunai. That's just completely ridiculous. And Sai, also with Sasuke, he had to destroy a boulder to get to the hideout. And if you guys, I'm pretty sure you guys saw the last Naruto the movie. He destroyed a meteor in like a couple of seconds. Literally, it just took one Chidori, and it was destroyed in a couple of seconds. And obviously, a meteor is way bigger and harder than a boulder. So I don't get why he needed to use his Chidori and activate his Sharingan just to destroy a boulder. I think he should have literally been able to literally tap the boulder and destroy it. In case you guys don't know, Sasuke is way above multiplanetary. He's actually, you can argue, you can scale him at Universal. Uh, there's some people who actually scale him at Universal with good proof too. People actually do power scaling. So he should have literally been able to just tap the boulder, like tap it, and it should have been destroyed. But instead of doing that, he ended up doing his Shidori and activating his Sharingan just to destroy a boulder, which to me that was really weird. But it was cool to see. It was cool to see nonetheless. But then, like I talked about with him getting tied down, that almost really made me mad because I was like, first of all, Sasuke was he put so much trust in the guy he just met, a stranger, and he went down into this poisonous gas and he got tied up. Like, it didn't make any sense. I was just wondering why he didn't use his Susanoo rib cage to break or to stop himself from getting tied up by kunai. But come to find out, those were clones that actually got tied up by kunai. And Sasuke and Sai, they didn't trust the guy because he started acting suspicious. Because after Sasuke destroyed the boulder, he ended up running into the hideout, whereas previously he was a lot more cautious and slow, walking through the hideout, uh, walking through the other part of the hideout. But once Sasuke destroyed the boulder to get to like the main area, he ran full speed into the hideout as if he was trying to lure them into a trap. It was just, I guess, out of character. Sasuke and Sai seemed like, I mean, they got suspicious. They probably seemed like he was acting out of. They thought he was acting out of character, I should say. Um, so yeah, they ended up using clones to follow him down into the hideout, and those clone they basically tricked him with clones, and uh, they acted like they actually got captured and they were killed by the poisonous gas, which they weren't because they were clones. And then the guy, he ended up talking about Kara, and they asked him if what he knew about Kara and all that, and he said Kara is better than the Hidden Leaf Village because they're more merciful than the Hidden Leaf. Because even though Kara was just using him, which Sasuke inside told the guy that he was just being used by Kara, he said even if that was the case, at least they uh at least they gave him hope or something, or they helped him out. Um, Compared to the Hidden Leaf Village, who apparently didn't help him. Which, like I said, I don't understand that because Nagato, Naruto, they actually talk. So I thought the Hidden Leaf should have been there. But yeah, so that was that. And another thing was, yeah, he was confirmed to be a member of the Elders, and he actually committed suicide. Which that was another thing that kind of was like kind of weird because Sasuke he's super fast. He's light speed. He's above light speed. Like he's actually masterfully faster than light. He could have easily been able to dash up to that guy and take the kunai from him, and it seemed like that would have been something he should have did because Sasuke is he's more like how Naruto was in Shippuden now, whereas he cares about other people. Just like when he fought Chio from Naruto Shippuden in that little novel adaptation arc, the Sasuke Shino arc. Uh, he didn't. I can't remember if she tried to commit suicide, but he tried to save her. He tried to talk no juice or and all that. But with this guy, he really didn't do anything to try to stop him from committing suicide. He could have literally just dashed up to him and took the kunai, or he could have put him in the genjutsu or something. And plus, he need to get information anyways from this guy, uh, because this guy apparently, I mean, obviously he knew a lot about Korra. And speaking of the Sharingan again, real quick, and talking about that whole Sasuke Shinin arc, something was brought up in this episode that literally was something that was in the Sasuke Shinin arc, and I'm happy they brought it up. Uh, it's the thing where Sasuke is able to read people's memories. It was revealed in this episode that Sasuke read, or he was able to see into Shijoji's memories, and that's how they got the map to the hideout. So that's really cool that they're still bringing up stuff that happened in Shippuden, because that happened in the Sasuke Shiden arc in Shippuden. He was reading people's memories. So after all that happened, the hideout started to uh get disintegrated, start to crumble and stuff, and Sasuke and Side left. And before they left, something really cool happened, which I'm gonna talk about towards the end of the video. Anyways, they ended up leaving the hideout, and then they ended up going back to Naruto's office, where Naruto was talking. They basically told Naruto that they confirmed the existence of Korra, and Naruto told them he's gonna need them to stay on that. And Sai, he asked Naruto, did he read the report about Katasuke? And Naruto said, yeah. Apparently, Ino, she delved deep into his mind and his soul, and she found out he was being controlled. And if you guys don't remember, I believe that was like episode 61, or it was in the tuning exams arc. So basically between episode 51 and 65, I believe. But we actually did see. I think it was Kashi and Koji. This is not a spoiler, by the way. I'm just saying we seen a Korra member uh approach Katasuke in the tuning exams arc, and I don't know if he put him under a genjutsu or what, but uh obviously somebody in Korra did something to control him. So they found out about. I mean, well, apparently Ino found out about that, and now they're reinstating Katasuke into the scientific ninja tool team because he's he's being cleared because they know he wasn't acting on his own. He was being controlled. Well, also apparently development process have been running slow in the on the scientific ninja tool team ever since Katasuke left. And yeah, I think that was that was pretty much it. And then the last part of the episode, the best part of the episode, uh, we finally seen Kara. Kara finally made their debut in anime, and well, we heard Jigen talking, we heard his voice, and he was just talking about how the hideout was supposed to have been destroyed. Since they had long left that hideout in the Rain Village, he was wondering why it was still there, and he looked at Victor and asked Victor why is the hideout. I mean, well, he basically looked at Victor when he said, "Yeah, we already abandoned that hideout. It should have been destroyed a long time ago." And then he was like, "Well, it don't matter anyways because everything is still going as planned." So yeah, we seen all the core members. We didn't see only person face we saw was Jigen's and Victor's really, but we seen everybody else in the core. They had the hoods on and everything. It was really cool to see them because I've been waiting to see them for a long time in anime. So yeah, with that, the Kara Actuation Arc has started, and I'm really happy that the anime is expanding upon things that the manga didn't cover. So before I talk about a couple of little spoiler tidbits, I'm gonna talk about the preview, which the preview really disappointed me because the preview it showed. I mean, not the story itself. I'm pretty. I read the summary for the episode, and it seemed like the episode was gonna be good story wise, but the art from that I seen from the preview, the art looked terrible. Like Boruto, Sarda, and Miski, they have those same little baby faces that they had in previous episodes of Boruto. I don't know why. I don't know who's animating this. Um, I know Boruto outsources episodes sometimes, so not every single episode is worked on by Studio Period because sometimes they outsource the animations to other animation studios, smaller studios or whatever. But this is something that's happened. It hasn't happened that often in Boruto, but I remember this happening at I think it was episode, what was it, 48 or 49, at the end of the prison portion of the Mujina Bandits arc, and Boruto and Sarda and Miski, they had like for a brief I mean not brief, but for a little while in that episode they had like these weird, their faces was drawn super tiny and weird, and from the preview that I seen for next week's episode, it's the same case. It looked like they have that same weird small face drawing, and that's not how they supposed to look. So I don't know why that art is off. The animation seemed like it's gonna be good just like it usually is, but the art looks terrible. I don't know who's animating this. What I do know is they had 2 months off. They had 2 months off when they were on hiatus to improve the art and animation quality. So I don't know why they would still be outsourcing episodes. Now, unless this episode was already made before they went on hiatus, but they had 2 whole months. The art and animation should be uh stellar right now, and especially since we're entering the best arc of the series, the Korra arc, we should have good art and animation. I'm still grateful that we got that. I'm still grateful that the anime came back, but I would have rather had them return. Like if they had to take another month off to improve the art and animation quality, I would have rather had them do that than having this weird art style for an important arc in the series. So yeah, that's pretty much everything. All my thoughts on the episode. I thought it was a great episode. I think the anime is doing a great job on the at expanding upon the ideas and the stuff that wasn't fully delved into in the manga, such as the outers of Korra and their hideout. Because in the manga, we never the location of their hideout was never revealed, but in the anime, it actually makes sense. They're exploring Korra's hideout, which was never done in the manga. They're exploring more about the outers, which, like I said, in the manga, we only seen two outers, and we're actually getting an original Korra member for the anime, who's actually a member of the inner Korra, like the inners. So the anime is doing a great job so far at expanding upon the Korra arc from the manga. And yeah, it was a great episode. I'll give it 10 out of 10. Like I said, great at expanding upon things from the manga. Great from a storytelling perspective, and art and animation was on point in this episode. Unfortunately, next week's episode is gonna have some bad looking art from what I've seen from the preview. Now, let's get into a little bit of spoiler territories. If you guys haven't read the manga, you should probably head off. But at the end of the episode, or not at the very end, but towards the end of the episode, when Sasuke and Sai were leaving the hideout, they actually saw these tubes, like these kind of like the tubes that Orochimaru put human beings in when he was testing on them, like Suigetsu and stuff like that, when he was doing human experiments. He seen those tubes, and that's what he told Naruto. He said it looked like it was some human experimentation going on at that hideout. And us manga readers, we know that Kawaki, he was actually experimented on. So yeah, obviously that's where Kawaki was brought to when Jigen first bought him. Uh, and when he was first starting to get experimented on, he came to the Hidden Rain Village. That was not revealed in the anime. We did Kawaki's backstory was explained and stuff. Him being experimented on, that was explained, but the location where all that happened never revealed. So it's great that the anime is actually showing that all of that stuff, all of those experiments took place in the Hidden Rain Village for the most part, and it makes a lot of sense because the last chapter of Boruto, chapter 47, we ended up finding out that Kashin Koji, he's actually Jiraiya's clone, or as I like to call him, Jiraiya's son. You guys can watch a video that I did explaining why I call him Jiraiya's son. But yeah, Kashin Koji, he's pretty much Jiraiya's son. And the only way but he's also a synthetic human, so just like Misuke pretty much, how Misuke is pretty much Orochimaru's son, but he's still a synthetic human. He's not a natural human. Um, and the only way they could have got Jiraiya's DNA is if they were in the Hidden Rain Village, because that's where Jiraiya died at. And some people was wondering, like, how could the Kara get Jiraiya's DNA when Kabuto couldn't get it? The answer is simple: technology. They probably built a submarine or something. The technology in the Boruto era is a lot more advanced, and Amato is a very smart dude, so they probably built a submarine and went underwater to retrieve Jiraiya's corpse. But yeah, it makes sense that one of Kara's main hideouts was in Hidden Rain Village, especially because that's where Jiraiya died at, and of course, Amato ended up creating a synthetic human of Jiraiya, who's pretty much Jiraiya's son. And also there was in the hideout, it was those little IV bags or whatever those things were, with the little pot at the bottom of it, and it's the same thing that Kawaki was inside when Jigen placed the karma on him, or should I say Ishiki placed the karma on him. So yeah, it's obviously the same place that Kawaki was experimented on, and so far this arc is looking good in terms of storytelling. This Kara Actuation arc, the setup to the current arc we are in the manga, the Kawaki slash Kara arc, so far so good. Uh, but unfortunately, next week's episode we're gonna get some bad looking art. Hopefully, hopefully that's only next week's episode, because if this becomes a trend where they have bad artwork for each episode in an important arc like this, that's gonna be a huge disappointment, and it's gonna be a huge problem. But yeah, that's all I gotta say for this review. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.